In 2000, the German animation company Dingo Pictures released a movie titled Dinosaur Adventure that was basically a ripoff of Universal's 1988 film The Land Before Time. In fact, the business model of Dingo Pictures revolved around producing god-awful ripoffs of major animated movies, oftentimes not even changing the name from the version they plagiarized. The average viewer might not have been aware of this company's existence, likewise the existence of Dinosaur Adventure. But I'm pretty sure we could all recognize one scene from it, or at least what the YouTube channel Revirgo did to the Italian dub. Ever since Al Gore invented the internet, memes have exploded in popularity in 21st century culture. Once a source for niche humor, memes have transcended beyond internet in-jokes and have become the language we use, our ways of life, even the currency we spend. The Yee meme has been influential personally to the creation of this guy.
Hey.
So does that mean that the Yee meme is the best meme of all time? What even is a meme? What is the oldest meme ever, and what do Andy Warhol and Mark Zuckerberg have to do with any of it? For all that and more, all aboard the boat. The word meme was coined by evolutionary biologist and god to white 14-year-old atheist Richard Dawkins in his 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. Much like how genes evolve and spread and die out, memes follow a similar pattern. Whereas genes carry information passed on through reproduction, memes carry information passed through culture. So we have our first block. A meme is a cultural unit used to carry information. But it goes beyond that, because memes and genes would die out without one thing. People, the ones engaging and spreading these traits along. Viral videos get their names because of how fast they spread, much like the diseases of yesterday and today. Videos and other pieces of media can propagate and linger. If a viewer feels no attachment to a piece, they'll move along. But if someone loves a meme, they'll share it either as is or add their own twist to it, adapting it. Adapting, sharing, and spreading are ways people engage with a certain work. You can determine how many people loved your work just based on the number of memes that came from it. However, just because people make memes about your movie doesn't mean they liked your movie. And just because your movie did well doesn't mean people will make memes about it. Appropriation may be a hot button to press for some, but in terms of media appropriation, it's how we get song samples, remixes, and mashups. And the pinnacle of remixes, mashups, and memes, YouTube poops.
Because YouTube it's where the poop is.
Part of what makes YouTube poops so funny is the randomness and absurdity put into them by their creators. They chop and screw videos much like a DJ would chop and screw a vinyl to give us series, and of course, sauce. The sources that YouTube poops mess with have become memes, such as spaghetti and my boy. But YouTube poops themselves have gotten popular enough to be their own memes, such as Josh, hit the gong, and of course, what the fuck? Likewise, this randomness and borderline anti-humor extends to many internet memes. Memes like Stickbug, Gnome, and Beans play off the randomness and unexpectedness that the internet propagates. And while these are great at being annoying, they don't compare to the OG subversion of expectations. It's a simple bait and switch. Tell people you have a link to an explanation or a video they want to watch, and instead they get sent to Rick Astley's 1980s hit Never Gonna Give You Up. Everyone on the internet has been rickrolled at least once. Even Rick Astley himself has succumbed to the meme. Rickrolling harkens back to a simpler time in the internet's history when lolcats were the best thing ever and rage comics were, well, all the rage. Memes have now influenced our thinking and way of life. Emp Lemon floated the idea that Donald Trump used memes to win the 2016 US presidential election. By using short, snappy catchphrases, Trump supporters could easily identify and convey the messages they believed in. In a world where any publicity is good publicity, the unexpectedness of Trump's candidacy, coupled with the 24/7 national news feed, assured a steady stream of attention. While 74 million people may wear these slogans and logos proudly, virality and popularity don't automatically make something the best, especially with how divisive politics are and have been. But it demonstrates an important factor in the spread of memes: social media. All Your Base Are Belong to Us, Chocolate Rain, and Numa Numa are considered old by the internet standards, yet they mark a golden age of viral videos. People liked and shared and engaged with these videos on the hip news sites like Newgrounds, YouTube, and MySpace. People would make parodies of these videos and they would go viral. The first true viral video occurred in 1996, when the internet looked like this, I looked like this, and the height of internet culture looked like this. A dancing CGI baby that moved in rhythm to any song. More specifically, it moved to Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Swede. Hookah, shaka, hookah, hookah. But we can go older. The first meme to look like a modern expectation versus reality template came from The Judge, a satirical print, sort of like Mad Magazine, in 1921. Taking image macros into account, the first lolcat could have very well been made by Harry Pointer in the 1870s. He would take pictures of cats and add amusing text to them. But the pioneer of lolcats that look like those of the internet era would be Harry Whittier Freeze at the turn of the century. Freeze would dress cats and dogs in people clothes, take pictures, add humorous text, and sell them as novelty postcards. 100 years is old, but instead of the oldest meme, what is the oldest thing that we turned into a meme? It's much older than 100 years. It's 13.24 billion. The Messier 87 galaxy is an elliptical galaxy, 53 million light years from Earth and 980,000 light years in diameter. At the center of M87 lies one of the most massive objects humanity has observed, a supermassive black hole 7 billion times the mass of our Sun, with the diameter around 3 times that of our solar system. The Event Horizon Telescope collaboration released their image of M87, the first image taken of a black hole, on the 10th of April 2019. 16 days later, Marvel premiered the highest grossing film of all time and the conclusion to their cinematic universe, Avengers Endgame. Fans speculated how the film's antagonist Thanos would be defeated. One of the most popular theories was that Ant-Man could just shrink down, crawl up Thanos' anus, and expand to normal size. The timing of both of these woefully unrelated parts of life culminated into this magnificent meme. All that for a butthole joke. But we're closing in on what makes a perfect meme, how well it intersects two different areas of popular culture. If you don't follow the MCU or astronomical breakthroughs, this meme doesn't make sense. We're also seeing how our relationship to memes have changed. Before, you needed to understand and experience the meme portrays.
I do that.
Now you just need to understand the references made through the memes. I don't relate to the threat of Paul Rudd crawling up my ass, but I do understand these references. Memes you can understand are fun, but what about memes you can spend? On the 13th of February 2010, a teacher in Japan uploaded pictures of her Shiba Inu online. One of those photos made its way onto Reddit and quickly became the Doge meme. Whereas lolcats use the standard image macro format of top text, bottom text, and impact font, Doge used free-floating text and Comic Sans. It was a pretty low-tier meme, all things considered, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Everything changed in 2013 when IBM engineer Billy Marcus and Adobe engineer Jackson Palmer teamed up to create Dogecoin. Initially a joke, it garnered very real and very serious attention in the cryptocurrency world. Until mega billionaire Elon Musk hyped it up on Saturday Night Live, which tanked the price. This led a woman to sue Elon Musk over pyramid scheme allegations after she dumped her life savings into it. At the time of this video, one Dogecoin is worth 6 US cents. This isn't a good meme. It certainly isn't the best. Definitely not the best form of currency. So let's circle back to this. When the Fire Nation attacked. Memes have evolved into tiers where to understand one meme you would have to have prior knowledge of other memes and pop culture references. Each tier of meme adds another layer of complexity and obscurity. If you don't know one meme or origin, then the whole thing falls apart. Each tier of meme doesn't add a layer of complexity either. They're multiplicative, exponential. So we need a meme that has obscurity enough that people can get the references, but not too much where it becomes too much. We're reaching an interesting point in meme culture, ironically caused by the same social media that gave these memes life. Sites like Twitter and TikTok create and abandon different trends and references so quickly that a meme from last week is all of a sudden old. Memes have forever altered language. Slang words are memes. They're in-jokes that spread from person to person, needing reference and oftentimes translation. Yeet, kek, sussy baka are, for all intents and purposes, a blatant bastardization of English. I mean, you can't just make up words and expect future generations to use them. Right? William Shakespeare is the most published and well-known playwright, poet, fuzzy neck frill wearer in the history of mankind. And while any and every high school English teacher would like to jerk him off for his use of language, some of the words he used he simply made up. In fact, of the words in our average English lexicon, Shakespeare didn't invent just one or two, he invented 12. 100. Shakespeare's prominence through his use and invention of words ensures that he will be famous forever. But with how quickly tastes change and attention fades, memes and their figures like Bad Luck Brian, Hide the Pain Harold, and Success Kid were lucky enough to get 15 minutes of fame. The expression 15 minutes of fame is widely attributed to American painter Andy Warhol. It was a slogan ahead of a 1968 art exhibit. In the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. Andy Warhol's unique style of pop art took the hot and universally known and appropriated it, adding his own touch to it. Since the subjects were so recognizable, people didn't have any trouble engaging with his work. Accessibility is key. Warhol built his work around accessibility and universality. He said the following about one certain soda brand. You can be watching TV and see Coca-Cola, and you know that the president drinks Coca-Cola, Liz Taylor drinks Coca-Cola, and just think, you can drink Coca-Cola too. A Coke is a Coke, and no amount of money can get you a better Coke than the one the bum on the corner is drinking. All the Cokes are the same and all the Cokes are good. Liz Taylor knows it, the president knows it, the bum knows it, and you know it. Memes have a basis in relatability, but they have just as much basis in universality, but still with an air of obscurity and randomness. Warhol's work took a study and realm of expression once reserved for the noble and academic and brought it down to the level of everyone else. The average person might not recognize a Da Vinci from a Michelangelo or a Monet from a Van Gogh, but they'll definitely recognize a can of Campbell's soup, even if it's in 4 unnatural colors. This brings us to the intersection on our boulevard of broken memes. We need something that combines all of our features. It has weird, random, and obscure features, all while being relatable not through its content, but through the recognizable subjects it contains. And I've got it. E is a picture of the YouTuber Markiplier's face photoshopped onto Shrek villain Lord Farquaad's head, photoshopped once more onto Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's body as he testifies before US Congress. All of it deep fried with heavy artifact compression with a big capital letter E. E is the perfect culmination of 3 wildly different parts of popular internet culture. Without knowledge of who any of these individuals are, this meme falls apart. But even with this breakdown, what's there to get? It's peak homeostasis between humor and anti-humor, the familiar and the obscure, the old and the new. The last step before an infinite fall into the abyss of just plain random crap that floods out of hard drives every millisecond. E shows us just how eclectic and crazy our internet humor has become in only a few short decades. So, where do we go from here? Well, let's circle back to Dawkins and the selfish gene. The whole reason the book has that title in the first place is to highlight the relationship between genes and the carriers. Dawkins hints at, but doesn't outright support, the theory that genes are somewhat alive. We want to survive so that we can pass down our genes. So it would make sense that our genes would be the best to increase our chance of survival, to increase their chance of survival. Are our genes helping us, or are we helping our genes? Likewise, we can extend this theory to internet memes. The funnier, the more random or more obscure a meme is, the better its chances are of spreading. It might just be a washed out picture with Comic Sans done in MS Paint in 20 seconds, but it very well could be alive. We may lament that our senses of humor have been broken by the internet, that the things we find funny shouldn't be as funny as they are. But that's not a bad thing. See, memes don't break our senses of humor, they shape it. We see a meme that shapes our humor, so we make a meme that reflects our sense of humor, that goes off and gets shared and adapted and appropriated, and then someone else sees that meme, and they make a meme to reflect their sense of humor, and that gets sent and adapted and appropriated, and it makes its way back to you. Nothing's broken. It's a system working as intended. In the same way our genes help us evolve, we help memes evolve. So keep meming, keep being creative, and as always, thank you.